how to do the hardness test over in the other lab. Basically, what is hardness?
Resistance to penetration.
Resistance to penetration. So this machine will use an indenter to penetrate the surface of our sample and output a hardness test directly on this gauge. This is a Rockwell hardness test, okay? And so the mechanics of a Rockwell hardness test basically is just zero out, put an initial dent in there with the indenter to the 0 point, apply the load, take the load off, read the hardness. They all work like that, okay? Initial dent, zero it out, apply the load, take the load off, read the hardness. That's what it is. This machine, you put the sample down in the cradle, it already has the correct indenter for the B scale, and you take, to apply the initial load, you screw these up, bringing the sample up into the penetrator. Once it starts penetrating, you watch this little indicator on the face right here, and you bring that little indicator into the red dot anywhere. Okay, there's a little red dot. You can't see that from back there probably.
That's the initial.
That's the initial point. Now you don't want to bring it past the red dot. If you go past and then back it off, now you've got a hardness that's not going to be accurate. You want to just bring it, as you bring it up, bring it into the red dot, stop anywhere in there. Even if you miss the red dot and go past a little bit, it's still okay. All right? Now, once you get there, now you have to zero the machine. You're going to call that 0. So you're going to line up this BC line under the big hand here. Okay? Same thing you do over there. Remember the second step? Move the knurl face down here. It moves the dial to where it says 0. This doesn't say 0, it says BC instead. You'll notice that 0 on the red scale, which is the B scale, is 30. Okay, so you're starting it. Every time you do a Rockwell B hardness test, you're starting at 30. Okay, so we're ready to go. Before you did that, it's good to make sure, and I did this, and I just didn't tell you I did it, to make sure both of these arms are away toward the back. This is the resting. The starting position is that arm leaning back away from you, but for it to stay there, this little release lever has to be back also. This little release lever on this hardness machine, I got to take this thing apart and figure out what's going on. It sticks. It's like you're going to want to kick it to be able to get it loose. But we're ready to just release the lever so that this thing needs to be pulled toward you. So I lifted a little bit and pulled it. It's pretty hard to pull. Okay? And what you want to do is you want to wait till that lever finishes moving, and then take that. Once you do that, you take that load off by pushing it back to its resting position and locking it there by pushing this thing back. And I kind of had to jimmy it back, and now it's holding it. And I'm reading a Rockwell B hardness of 44.5. Okay, 44.5. Right? And I usually do like 3 of these, and that's kind of what I've been getting on the other ones, although I had some students on other samples get 60. I don't know how. So we're going to try this again. Okay. Zero it out. And that one kind of stuck, so I don't know.